Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be talking about the gas turbine cycle. But before that, let's first talk about what is a gas turbine. According to GE Vernova, a gas turbine is a type of combustion engine that converts natural gas or other liquid fuels into mechanical energy. This mechanical energy is then used to drive a generator to produce electricity or to power other machinery. So as you can see in the PowerPoint, this is what a gas turbine engine looks like. So a gas turbine engine consists of three main parts: the compressor, combustion, and the turbines. So here are the two types of gas turbines. So how does a gas turbine engine work? It applies a thermodynamic process called the gas turbine cycle or the Brayton cycle, named after George Brayton, who proposed the idea in the 1870s. So these processes go through four stages: compression, combustion, expansion, and for open cycle, the last one is exhaustion, and for closed cycle, it is cooling. So here are the stages of the gas turbine cycles. First is the compression. The engine draws in air from the atmosphere or other working fluid where it undergoes compression inside the compressor, causing its temperature and pressure to increase. After that, it goes to the combustion stage. The compressed air travels to the combustion chamber, which is then mixed with fuel and burned. At constant pressure, energy and temperature of the working fluid increases. Third stage is the expansion. The high pressure gas enters the turbine, where the expanded gas causes the turbine blades to rotate, producing power. The fourth stage for the open cycle is called the exhaustion. The gases, now colder and lower pressure, are released to the atmosphere. And for the closed cycle, its fourth stage is called cooling. The working fluid passes through a cooler, where it is cooled down before being recirculated to the compressor. So in an open cycle, the working fluid, which is usually air, passes through the cycle only once and is then discharged into the atmosphere. But for the closed cycle, its working fluid, commonly air, helium, nitrogen, or carbon dioxide, circulates in a closed loop instead of being released into the atmosphere. Since the fluid is not discharged, the same fluid keeps circulating. So now we have the applications of gas turbine cycle. So this is commonly found in power generation, aviation, like the ones in jets or any other aircrafts, marine propulsions used by ships or in submarines, mechanical drive systems, oil and gas industry, and lastly military applications.
Hello everyone, I am Kirby Palma and here to talk about organic and steam Rankine cycle analysis. Steam Rankine cycle. Steam power cycles come in several forms, including fossil steam, nuclear plants, single-cycle gas turbines, and combined cycle system. Among these, conventional coal-fired steam power plants remains the most widely used, especially in developing countries where coal is abundant or inexpensive to import. Most steam power plants use the Rankine cycle, which is the main process for turning heat into electricity. The Rankine cycle relies on four main parts: the boiler, turbine, condenser, and feed water pump, with the use of generator producing electricity. No matter the type of plant, the cycle efficiency is ultimately limited by the rules of thermodynamics. Cycle analysis. Most steam power generation is based on the Rankine cycle, and thermodynamics govern the ultimate performance of the cycle, whether used in a coal-fired steam plant or the bottoming cycle of combined cycle plant. If changes in kinetic and potential energy are disregarded, the total heat supplied to the Rankine cycle can be represented by the shaded area on the there. Whereas the work produced by the cycle is symbolized by the cross-hatching area within the shaded area. The efficiency of the cycle is defined as the work performed divided by the heat input to the cycle. The basic ideal Rankine cycle in a steam power plant consists of four main processes. Process 1 to 2, when the saturated liquid from the condenser is pumped to a higher pressure and is delivered to the boiler. The process 2 to 3, when the liquid is heated at constant pressure in the boiler until it becomes saturated steam. During process 3 to 4, the steam expands isentropically through the turbine, producing work and exits as a wet vapor. Finally, 4 to 1, heat is rejected at constant pressure in the condenser, turning the steam back into saturated liquid and completing the cycle. Now, organic Rankine cycle system. The organic Rankine cycle is a variation of the steam cycle where refrigerants or hydrocarbons replace traditional steam as the working fluid. It is particularly suited for utilizing clean energy sources such as geothermal heat, solar energy, ocean thermal gradients, biomass combustion, and industrial waste heat. This makes organic Rankine cycle an attractive technology for sustainable power generation. In recent decades, the heavy use of fossil fuels combined with rising energy with the rising energy demand and population growth has raised serious concern. One major issue is global warming, which leads to problems such as rising sea levels, drought, stronger typhoons, and loss of wildlife. For this reason, reduction of fossil fuel use is a must. Creating a cleaner energy means adding new eco-friendly technology. Some of the proposed solutions include wind turbines, solar panels, solar thermal power, tidal and wave system, bioenergy, hydropower, and organic Rankine system. Organic Rankine cycle are special that turns medium and low temperature heat into energy. Now, the organic Rankine cycle consists of four main components: evaporator, expander, condenser, and a pump. The working fluid absorbs heat in the evaporator, expands in the turbine to produce work, release heat in the condenser, and is then produced by the pump to repeat the cycle. A heat exchanger can be inserted in the cycle for more efficient operation. This is when the expansion process ends with vapor containing excess heat. Heat resource may appear in the form of hot, liquid, or gas, and the cycle is air or water cooled. Thermal energy is transferred to the cycle directly or indirectly using an oil loop. Now, organic Rankine cycle can be powered by many different heat sources including biomass, solar energy, geothermal heat, ocean thermal gradients, and industrial waste heat. For biomass organic Rankine cycle, it uses fuel like wood, sawdust, and residues. A biomass boiler converts the fuel's chemical energy into heat, which is carried by a thermal oil loop to the organic Rankine evaporator. Typical combined heat and power biomass systems have about 18% electrical efficiency and nearly 90% overall efficiency. Now, for solar organic Rankine cycle, often uses parabolic through collectors, thermal storage, and heat transfer fluid. A well-known example is the 1 megawatt Saguaro power plant in the USA, with smaller systems are being explored for building cogenerations. Now, waste heat recovery is highly promising organic Rankine cycle application in energy-intensive industries like cement and in biogas plant. Now, for geothermal organic Rankine cycle is currently the most mature and widely developed organic Rankine cycle. for ocean thermal energy conversion is gaining renewed attention, especially for isolated tropical islands with projects in Reunion Island, Hawaii, and China. Organic Rankine cycle performance depends on balancing thermal efficiency and power output, with biomass and solar system prioritizing fuel and collector use, waste heat and ocean thermal energy conversion focusing on maximum power, and geothermal system requiring an optimal trade-off between efficiency and fluid reinjection temperature. Now, the steam power cycle or Rankine cycle is valued for its ability to convert high temperature heat from sources such as fossil fuels, nuclear energy, and solar power into mechanical and electrical energy. Its flexibility has enabled improvements like superheating, reheating, and regenerative feedwater heating, which enhance efficiency and reduce fuel use. As the foundation of most thermal power plants, the Rankine cycle remains essential for meeting large-scale energy demands while supporting the transition to more sustainable and efficient power generation technologies. The same goes for organic Rankine cycle as it utilizes mid-temperature heat sources that conventional steam cycles cannot efficiently exploit. By using organic fluids such as hydrocarbons or refrigerants, organic Rankine cycle systems operate at lower pressures and temperature, improving safety, reliability, and ease of maintenance. They are widely applied in waste heat recovery, geothermal energy, biomass, and solar thermal power, and their scalability makes them suitable for both small and large-scale applicants. As a result, organic Rankine cycles contribute to higher overall energy efficiency and play a role in advancing sustainable energy system. That is for the conclusion, and that is all. Thank you. Goodbye.